If I could be fully candid with you right now, this is not my first attempt. The New York rebuild is not easy, especially if you try and win with the current core, Artemi Panarin, Mika Zibanejad, Trocheck. This team just is not built to win right now, but that's what I'm gonna do. Today, I'm gonna win a Stanley Cup with the New York Rangers. Now, like all rebuilds, we're gonna start with the money, and we don't have any. 800,000 in cap space is not good, so I will be trading to free up a little bit of that, hopefully snag some absolute steals of contracts, but more importantly, offloading a couple of brutal contracts. Like Will Borgen, who he's not a terrible player, but he's getting paid $4 million for an 81 overall at 28 years old. There's a couple of other people I'm gonna have to trade as well because frankly, we've got a few bad deals, mainly Mika Zibanejad, who has not been playing worth his salary, and he's no move clause forever. We got a ton of money tied up, a lot of aging players, and not great depth, but there is a way, a slim path, a golden path to bringing a Stanley Cup to the Rangers, and I'm going to start that by trading for Logan Stankoven. If you don't know, he's on one of the best deals probably of all time when this kicks in. He's got 1 year left of his entry deal, and then it's a ton at $6 million. Ton of years at $6 million for someone who normally progresses and turns into a dog. But picking him up is not going to be cheap. I'm going to start with Braden Schneider and their own first round pick, which we have. It's not enough, but I think we can get there. I'm going to throw Carson Saucy in here. We're going to create some issues for ourselves on defense, but defense is something we can build back up in a year or two. Let me see if I can put some lower picks in here, and that does go. What about just a fifth? No, I'm gonna need my sixth as well. Schneider, their first, Saucy, a fifth and a sixth for Stankoven, who hopefully turns into a great deal, offsetting that Zibanejad contract. Next, we need a defenseman. I just got rid of two. I'm gonna try and trade for Kevin Korchinski. I think he can develop pretty quickly, but also I want to get off the Lafreniere contract. There's a chance this turns out just fine, but at $7.5 million for 7 years, when he's already 23, he's got about 2 years to develop, and he definitely can if I play him with JT Miller and Artemi Panarin, but I want Logan Stankoven to have his minutes, and I think Stankoven's potential is far higher. I think realistically, maybe this should go 1-for-1, but they're saying it's not sufficient at all. I think I just have to add a couple of picks in. A third round pick might be a little bit too much. I probably could have pennied and dimed that a little bit more, and I should be penning and diming because it's not an easy rebuild, but I believe in Korchinski. I'm also going to try and pick up Danila Yorov from the Minnesota Wild. He should be easy to pick up, and there's a pretty good chance he turns into an all right depth player. A two-way forward who could develop into the low 80s is perfect. I think a 6th and a 7th round pick should be enough. It's not. We need to sweeten it just a touch. I'm going to take the 6th out and go with a 5th. Hopefully that's enough, and it is. I'm also going to trade my first round pick this year, and my goal is to pick up Caden Gooley to replace some of the defensive presence that I got rid of. He's already got Warrior baked in, and he has 93 shot blocking. I think he could be huge for us. We do have the advantage in trade value, so I'm going to see if I can sneak back out of this as well. Let me throw a 6 in from next year as well, and we get that done. Before I adjust the lines, I do want to re-sign Artemi Panarin. He's actually willing to go pretty low. 9.5 for 3 years. I think that's our window this season, and then 3 more years. He'll be 37. Probably not even worth that much money at that point, but I think we can win a cup in 4 years. It's not final. I might change some things around, but these are the lines I'm rocking right now. Panarin, JT Miller, and Stankoven. I really do like this lineup. I don't know if I'll ever change this, but Cooley, Zibanejad, and Perreault. I'm giving the young guy a little bit of leeway here. He's not got the overall for it, but we need some development. We need something to happen. We need some kind of miracle. And I trust in Gabe. Zibanejad and Trocheck were on the same line, but I like having this center depth. I like Trocheck, Radish, and Rempe on the third line. It feels pretty greasy. I think it can beat down some teams. The fourth line, I'm not really happy about anything there. On defense, things could change here. I've got Gooley next to Fox, Gavrikov next to Korchinski. Gavrikov was acquired just to sit next to Fox, but I want to give Cooley some minutes up there. And then we got Boogerman and Morrow on the third. In between the pipes, we don't have to worry about it. We've got Igor Shesterkin, in my opinion, the greatest goalie in the game right now. You could say Hellebuck, but, you know, when it matters, he's had some struggles. So I like Shesterkin as our goalie. It's the last thing we had to do. Moment of truth. What do we say, coach? What's our season goal? According to Mike Sullivan, looking at the roster on paper, this team is good enough to compete for the cup. That's my goal for this season. I thought it was going to be make the playoffs, but if he thinks we're that good, that's where I want to be too. See how that prediction holds up. We smoked Pittsburgh in the first game and then okay, we're losing to Buffalo. Wrap up the season. Not really starting the season like contenders, flirting around 500. Hopefully, you know, we made a lot of moves, a lot of trades. We have no more draft picks. There's maybe a little bit of confusion in the locker room, not as much cohesion, but hopefully JT Miller can just yell at all of them and they'll start working together pretty well. I did switch around the lines a little bit and it is working pretty well for us. We're second in our division right now, but there's not many points between second and like fifth. It's a pretty tight race. The Hurricanes are kind of pulling away, but I think we should be in the playoffs. We should be a pretty good team. I don't know if I'll go into this trade deadline. I might just let it ride for now. Finishing the season kind of strong. We're not going to hit 50 wins, but we definitely are a very good team. I don't know if I'd call us contenders like Coach said we were trying to be, but New York is definitely going back to the playoffs. Hello, it's me from the future. As you can see, we won the Stanley Cup. But did you know, fun fact, it is completely free to hit that subscribe button. Spoilers, we won! I'm not going to tell you when or what season. Maybe you can read the horrible face scans and what they look like and figure out who's on the team, but maybe you can't. But what you can do is subscribe. Ending up 44, 32, and 6. JT Miller led the way. The new captain right next to Artemi Panarin. And look at Mika Zibanejad on the third line, puts up 75 points, a resurgence in a new role. That is so beautiful to see. Adam Fox had 69 points. Nice. Stankhoven, 53. Now an 85 overall. He's only going to get better and better and better. Also saying Zibanejad's on the... That's a move I don't even know if I told you guys that, but I swapped Zibanejad and Trocheck. Trocheck was playing on that second line. And it looks like the second line struggled a little bit. They were all negative, but Perreault put up 51 points. And among rookie skaters, is that enough to win him the Calder? How much did Demidov? Demidov only had 34. He has a clear advantage in offensive output, but who knows? Maybe a goalie popped off? No. That should be his award. Some other new additions. Korchinski had 21 points. Not great, but he was plus 35. Fourth line didn't do great. Goalie had 15 points, minus 17. Maybe we can get JT Miller to yell at him a bit. And what did Rempe do? Matt Rempe, 15 points, plus 8. I don't know how long I'm going to keep him on the squad. Shesterkin didn't have a great season statistically. He did play 67 games. Honestly, I would like to see more, but I'm not at all worried about Igor Shesterkin's play. In the first round, we had the Philadelphia Flyers. I honestly have no idea what to expect from this team in the playoffs. It's not often you make the playoffs in the first season of a rebuild, but that's kind of where this New York team is. Usually good enough to make the playoffs in the sim, but not good enough to win it. We take game 1, 2, and 3. Shesterkin is locking down and the offense is showing out. Can we sweep the Philadelphia Flyers in the first round? No, we can't. They do win game 4, but Shesterkin shuts them out in game 5 for a first round victory. Maybe this rebuild's going to be pretty short. Maybe we're only going to need 1 season. Next, we've got the Carolina Hurricanes, a Logan Stankhoven rematch. Not really a revenge match for him because we sought him out. Carolina wasn't looking to trade him. We get spanked in the first game and the second game and the third game. If Carolina's going to do one thing, it's going to be go to the conference finals. They beat us in 4. That one hurts. I really thought after we smoked Philadelphia, we were going to go pretty far, but we just got shit on. I'm not stressed though. We have a potential Calder winner in Perreault. We have some development and some depth forwards. Stankhoven, Kevin Korchinski, a little bit of development. The cap should expand. We should get some more money. I think we can get better as a team. I don't think we're stuck in hell. Tampa Bay Lightning win the Stanley Cup, meaning that Tampa Bay... Yeah, so the Hurricanes did go to the conference finals again, and they did lose again. We did win a bit of hardware this season, though. We did get Perreault with the Calder. Hopefully, he can be a dog for us. I did not know if putting him on the second line would pay off or if that would be a blunder, but Give him some time. I think he can be pretty key in our championship aspirations. We're in the draft, and I only have my 2nd round pick from Carolina, not even my pick, and a 7th from Vancouver. I don't know if I'll take players or if I'll use them to trade for someone. The problem with drafting people is unless I can get a steal on someone with value, they're probably not going to develop in time. I do have a few confirmed elite lows. It would be nice to swipe those. I might trade down with my 2nd round pick to pick 178 or 187. That lands me somewhere in the 6th round. I'm going to trade with, I think I might see if I can get Pensasmiess from the Panthers. He could work out in my depth. He's got only 1 year left. I don't know if that's gonna work though. I'm still gonna go for it. It says I have too many skaters though, so I gotta make this even. Is there a contract I can get off of too? Vakkinen. Sorry if I butchered that or a little bit off of value. I'm gonna go with my 7th round as well. And a 5th not next year, in 2028. They accept that. It's not a great trade alone, but if there is in fact confirmed elite lows this low in the draft, they're super low overall, but in a year or two, they might have some trade value, and we gotta take whatever we can get right now. We kind of do have to penny and dime. Next, I'm gonna go to pick 180 with Montreal. This time though, what if I just get my 6th in 2028? They do that 6th round for 6th round. I think that's a good deal. If Hendricks here is an elite low and kind of the same situation, 51 overall. See what happens. Bit of a different draft. I don't know if drafting is what's going to give us the juice to get over the hump, but it's going to be marginal gains that stack up. It's all about building momentum on this team. Not much happening in the offseason, but I'm going to make one deal. Boogerman is now tradable, $4 million, 81 overall. Not developing, playing on the 3rd line. I think I can trade him for Mr. Fridge over here. Better player, cost less, can develop. I think that's kind of like a no-brainer. I don't know why that would ever go 1-for-1. New lines are finalized for the 2nd season. A little bit of regression, but also a lot of bit of progression. Stankoven is now an 88. Artemi Panarin is a 93. JT Miller went down to an 88. I feel like that was a little bit premature. I thought he could have stayed at a 90 for a minute, but he's 33. On the 2nd line, Perreault is an 84. Trocheck down to an 86. Cooley up to an 84. Good things here. I would like to see a little bit more firepower on the 2nd line. If Perreault can take some huge leaps, that'd be awesome. If Cooley can do something, that'd be great. It's his last year on his contract. I don't know what he's gonna be asking for. Zibanejad worked really well on that 3rd line. He was just an absolute engine, and now we've got some better depth pieces around here. Pensasmiess, who just acquired Europe, is developing. On defense, Korchinski and Fox. I don't know why. I mean, it's not a very good lineup. They're kind of, Korchinski's not gonna lock it down while Fox goes out and performs and produces points. But I like this setup. The chemistry's not terrible, and I haven't really been happy with any of my defensive defensemen when I put them up there. So Korchinski and Fox up at number 1, Goulet and Mora number 2, and Gavrikov and our new guy Fridge number 3. Between the pipes, of course, we have Shesterkin. I don't know what coach is gonna say. I'd be surprised if we went to a Stanley Cup and did contending this year. That's what he thinks. I'll agree with him. I'm hopeful. I just don't know how realistic. I feel like we need at least one more season from Stankoven to really turn into a dog. I don't think I've traded any of my picks from this year yet, if my memory's right. So if we are a pretty good team going into the deadline, I can make a splash. I think we have a good chunk of money in cap space. So if we got to trade our 1st round pick to put us over the hump, maybe we do it this year. Maybe we are contenders with that, but we're starting around 500 again this season. We are simulating pretty well, but this is a cutthroat division right now. 2nd place and 7th place is like 5 or 6 points between them. I do think the idea of making a move in the trade deadline is better. I think finding a player with 2 years left, trying to win this year or next year might be the move, especially after winning a couple of games. We're number 1 in our division. I mean, it's so close, so competitive right now. I think we can go on a run. Who do we have in the trade deadline? Preferably with 2 years left. Don't love anything up here except for maybe Alex Tuck on the 3rd line. Could be the move. How's he playing right now? 48 points. He's scoring pretty well. He's playing 21 minutes a night, getting that, playing next to Celebrini probably. I feel like First round pick here isn't enough. How's Will Cooley doing? How's he playing? 31 points, not very well. They do want Scott Mora, who I just signed 3.6 million. He's on the second line. He's got 10 points. He's playing kind of dog, and he's supposed to be an offensive defenseman. I might put him in there and see if I can put the fridge up. I do have a little bit more value than them at that point, so I might ask for a little more. Who do they have playing defense? Shakir Mukbang. Can I sneak him into this trade? Fits the timeline? No, but if I put more picks in here, can we get it done? Just throw my third round in there as well, and we get it done. I like that trade. I think we replace our defenseman, who's not been playing very well. Cooley's going to play on the third line, and then Tuck comes into play second line minutes. I think that's where I'm going to end it. I was thinking about maybe trading for Jared McCain, but I think everything we've got in the lineup right now fits pretty snug. I was going to put Tuck on the second line in place of Cooley, but Tuck next to Zibanejad has a lot of chemistry. I'm going to keep it like that. Zibanejad's been playing pretty well, 48 points. 62 games on the third line, especially after taking some slides in some previous seasons. I'm happy with this performance. Hopefully Tuck next to him also gives a little bit of a boost. Stankoven's going up in overalls. He's an 89, but he is shooting pretty bad, 9.1%. It was even worse earlier. Still 61 points in 62 games. Can't ask for much more. On defense, Gavrikov has somehow been progressing. I'm going to put him in the fridge on that second line. Caden Gooley might have been the worst trade I made. I've traded for him quite a few times. I've never seen him stay at an 84 and put up absolutely, nothing. I mean, he's a defensive defenseman, but I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting. Regardless, these are the lines we're rocking with the rest of the season and into the playoffs. Kind of just letting it all hang out. Season, maybe 2, maybe 3 to win a chip. And if I don't win it within those years, then I'm just going to have to try again, pretty much. We're going to end this season with probably a slightly better record and a slightly better chance, slightly more hope into the postseason. We win 48 this season. Panarin puts up 101 points, plus 41. That first line dogged out. 48 from Miller, 79 from Stankoven. He had a little bit of trouble shooting the puck, especially from a sniper like him. I would have liked a little more, but I'm happy with what we got from him. Fox put up 74. Zibanejad and Tuck on that third line dogged out. Happy with all the performances. Igor Shesterkin it's been struggles in the regular season. I guess I'll have to check his stats in the playoffs this season, but in the first round, we had a rematch with the Carolina Hurricanes, who kicked our ass last season. We do have the #1 ranked offense. Hopefully we can do more than put up a fight. Hopefully we can come away with a W. Let's see what happens in these first 3 games. We lose game 1, but win game 2. Game 3, we lose 0-3. Our #1 offense is not doing too well in the playoffs. Hopefully we can claw this back in the second half of this series. The next 2 games, if we lose these, we're out. It's over. Game 4, we take a 4-1 W. Game 5, a 7-3 W. That's the #1 offense. We won both. If we win this next one, it's over. We don't. We're going to 7. Game 7, winner takes all, period by period. The rematch from last season. Who will win? First period, we take a 2-1 lead. JT Miller and Artemi Panarin's the leader of this team, getting up on the board early. Nothing happens. Period 2. Period 3, same thing. Panarin completes a hat trick. We're going to go on to round 2, exercising our demons from last year. Round 2, we're going to get a familiar face, Philadelphia Flyers. We swept them in the first round. And we just had revenge on the team who swept us last season. So is this the season of revenge? No, it is not. We win the first 3 games. The last one came in overtime, but we have another chance to sweep Philadelphia in back-to-back seasons. We don't. Actually, I don't know if we did sweep Philly last time. Either way, we just lost 2 in a row. I'm simming to 7. Hopefully win this in 6. We do. We're going to be on to the conference finals, where we have the Washington Capitals. Is Ovi still on the squad? Let me go see who they got. Ovechkin, Strome, Leonard, Wilson. We definitely have the advantage with offensive firepower. On defense, we should also have the advantage with Fox, and in between the pipes, not many teams going to have the advantage on us. I want to see how is Shesterkin play. Oh, He's dogging. 930 save percentage, 2.1 goals against. Artemi Panarin has 16 points. We are built for this moment. Washington Capitals, first 3 games. We win all of them and not getting scored on at all in games 2 and 3. Shesterkin is absolutely playing out of his mind. He might find himself with a Conn Smythe if he keeps playing like this. We're headed to the Stanley Cup Finals. I feel like I haven't even acknowledged that yet. And we have the Dallas Stars. Logan Stankoven is going to run through his former teams on the way to a Stanley Cup championship. If we can win. Dallas does have a pretty good squad. It should be close, but I do believe in my guys. We win the first 3 games. Okay, I didn't think we were that good. I didn't even check the Dallas team. They still got pretty much everybody. Rantanen, Johnston, Robertson, Hintz, and we're still running through this team. Heiskanen, Thomas Harley's on the 3rd line for some reason. Ottinger's still here. They have everybody, and we just went 3-0 up on them. Anything could happen, but I feel pretty good about New York right now. This is a pretty dominant playoff run. First period, game 4 with a chance to sweep, and Rantanen's going to put them up 2-1. Second period, Panarin ties it. Let's let this 3rd period play out slowly. When it gets to 5 minutes left, I'll go in and watch myself. I'm not going to play. I'll let the simulation take it all the way to the end. Believe in this Rangers squad. Rantanen, and then, oh my God, Rantanen puts Dallas up for 1 second, and Trocheck claws the lead away. 5 minutes left in the game. I'm gonna go watch this manually. CPU versus CPU. We're in Dallas. Who's got the real squad? Who's got the championship team? Dallas is 1 win away from losing everything, and the Rangers really don't have any pressure to win right now. Oh my God. Thomas Harley just walks in and wires when nobody even touches him. Got Trocheck out there taking the draw. Wins it to Fox, who's going to take a clapper, get a tip, but it goes off. Dallas is going to keep this series alive, ending the sweep and bringing it back to New York. Game 5 in New York. Period 1. I didn't even see it. Logan Stankoven scores what might be the game winner. Score is 1-0 in period 3. Did Dallas respond, or is Logan Stankoven just saved his reputation? Rantanen does put one in. Borke doubles down. Dallas is up 2-1 now. And New York has no response. This series is going back to Dallas, going to 6 games. Started off super hot, but the Stars are mounting a comeback. I don't like this. Period 1, game 6, tied 1-1. The new acquisition Tuck and Rope Hintz have at it. Period 2, we're down 3-2. Ben and Borke score for Dallas, and Fox scores for us. Down again, and Thomas Harley scores again. If New York has nothing this game, we're going to 7. Stankoven scores with a minute left, but it's not enough. Dallas is looking to pull off, I think, the second ever 3-0 comeback in the finals. Game number 7. It all comes down to this first period. JT Miller, the captain, puts us up 1-0. Second period, it's tied. Gavrikov puts one in, and the douche and Rantanen puts some in as well. New York has been dry for a minute, but Kevin Korchinski on shorthand puts in what could be the game winner. There's 4 minutes left. We're up by 1. I'm going CPU versus CPU. Do the Rangers have what it takes to ice this series and win the cup, or are Dallas about to make history? 4 minutes left. Got the advantage in faceoffs. Win these faceoffs, get possession, and protect it. Stankoven, bad move, bad turnover. Breaking it out to Miller. Miller's got Fox, doesn't use him, goes over to Stankoven, who's crossing in, looking to take a shot, just get something on net. There's 1 minute left in this hockey game. Aaron's got it on the right side. A little dangle, little pass to, pass over to Stankoven and a weird backhand on net, but anything goes. They're bringing the cup out. Who will be crowned champion? Dallas have fought their way back up. New York is tired of this series. They just want it to end. 40 seconds left. They're pulling their goalie. They've got it deep. Jamie Benn with a good chance, but he's denied by Adam Fox. The douche is bringing it in the zone. He loses control. Hintz with a good chance in front of the net. They get nothing, though. Perreault over to Korchinski. Just get it in. 19 seconds left. Turns it over to Rantanen. Rantanen to Cooley. Cooley's taking it in. Goes for the pass instead of the goal. Just 13 seconds left. Cooley pins whoever that is the boards, and there's no time. 8 seconds left. Dallas is running out of time. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, weak shot. The New York Rangers are the Stanley Cup champions. A slight retooling, and 2 seasons later, The Stanley Cup comes back to New York. Conn Smythe goes to Artemi Panarin, 34 points, 17 goals, 17 assists. He absolutely balled out. Shesterkin could have had it. I think he had a little bit of a rough stretch in the last couple of games when they were mounting their comeback, but he showed up when it mattered. Now we've got the captain. What would this be, his second year? His second year as captain. JT Miller lifts the Stanley Cup. He's pumped. All he had to do was yell at a couple of guys. We got it done. Pretty quick rebuild. 2 seasons, but a lot of trades, a lot of micro moves, and honestly, a lot of luck. I think this is one of the, if you're trying to win with Panarin and Zibanejad and friends, if you're trying to win with them, you do just need to get kind of lucky. This is, again, this isn't my first time attempting this, but it does feel good to get it done. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, like if you enjoyed. I hope you have a good day, and goodbye.